let's just get into this. Welcome back to another episode of the Reformation podcast. I go by the name of Cam.
I'm D-Mac, better known as Darius Mac.
And I am Zen.
And I'm Rose.
And this is the Reformation podcast.
Woo!
Right.
So welcome.
Welcome.
Today we got one of our very own, the one and only Elev8en ROSE.
Elevating these streets.
Elevating these streets.
How's it going, guys? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good, you know. It's a Tuesday, about 60 degrees. Winds blowing northeast.
The sun is out, shining.
Yeah. It's been a good day.
Feeling good, feeling great, can't complain. Even if I did, don't want nobody to listen to this.
I was.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm honored to be here with you guys in your presence. Phenomenal people. Getting to know you guys as it unfolds.
Absolutely.
Dope.
We're honored to have you.
No complaints. No complaints.
We're honored to have you. So you guys have any questions for me?
Well, I wanted to start off by just asking, what's your background? What's some of your history? What brought you to this present day moment?
A lot. It's crazy. I don't even know if I should go that far in, because I feel like it'll just unfold as I, release music and my story and but I'll definitely give a little spiel.
Nice. We like spiels.
Let it overflow. So right now where I'm at, I'll just backtrack kind of in a sense. I'm here and I'm starting my music career in a sense. And I don't want it to be just limited to that. I want to write books and I want to help my community, and I was in the military, so I want to stay connected to veterans and just be a well-rounded artist, I don't want to be labeled as anything. So with that, it's all a start for me. Before music, I was a psychology major. I'm still a psychology major, but just that it's a lot, the inner workings of the mind is so much, so I chose music, or music chose me in a sense. I want to sing, I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna do spoken word, everything, I've always had a my throat chakra, it's always been my issue, and I guess I couldn't call it till I was older in life. I've struggled in school with talking, speaking, and I've always observed, so I think that's where I'm at now. I can really read energy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all about energy, vibes, and frequencies. So
I like that.
Just to go off that, I'm gonna become a certified masseuse too. So just as a side thing, it's that's the healing portion I want to go with, because I feel like the most important thing that I've learned thus far in life, it's all about healing yourself and getting back to loving yourself, so you can love others. I've been through so much shit, and I don't even want to get into that, because that's not where I'm at. It was all that, it took all that to get me here, so I'm not trying to push it under the rug or anything, but I leave it there to call upon if I need to analyze and compare situations. But I feel like the more I just put it behind me and move forward, learning to love myself, I'm figuring not figuring, but falling more into my path. The shoes were there on the track. I just had to put my feet in them,
I love
and
that.
that's just me surrendering to God.
Right.
Through it all, I stopped. My faith went to zilch, just because I've been through so much shit, and I'm it's just me, but it's not. So I feel good. That's all I gotta say. And I just literally been on a path to elevate myself. Everything that I see it, I know it's gonna be for me first, not in a selfish way, but a selfless way, you know, because I'm my best person. Like I can pour that into other people, you know. I figured it out, so this is the solution. If it works for you, it works for you. Like if it don't, it don't, you know. I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not for me too. So yeah, before that I was in the military. That's I learned a lot. My first time literally away from home, and I'm my parents' only girl, so they're like, whoa, you know. But I had to go. Like, I had to go. Like, at the time, it was tough. Why I went was to pay for school, but there was other reasons, you know. I was running away from a relationship that I didn't know how to, within myself, be like, no, like, this is not for you. Like, I don't want to get deep into that. So I ran from that, you know, and even now, like, I'm to the point where I figured out I ran from a lot of stuff, you know.
Instead of facing it.
Until it got to the point where the shit's looking me in my face, like this, you know. And what do you do? Like, so where I'm at now is I've faced demons. I'm facing my demons, you know. And if you're not for my cause, like, you're against my cause, you know. It's simple as that. Like, not everything is for me. Like, you know. So I feel I'm to the point now where I'm just really trying to stay in my lane, my own lane, and it feels good. Like, it feels good, and in that lane I'm able to attract the people that I need in my life, you know. I didn't know that before, but as soon as you implement that shit, like, like, you're coasting, you know, and like, it feels good. Like,
walking in your car.
Yeah, that part. It's
So what was that first moment for you that you realized, like you said, that you ran from a lot of things? Like, what happened that made you stop and take a step back? Was it going into the military and, like, being by yourself?
No, in a sense. I feel like in the military I got a lot of time to myself, but at the same time your mind is so focused on the mission. Like, you don't, it's not time for yourself, because when you go into the military they break you down to reform you get me? And so even now I'm reforming from that, because I was a whole systemized, conditioned person, you know. Whether or not I wanted to believe it or not, like, that's just what it was. So you had a lot of self-time, but your mind's always busy, you know, in the military. Overseas, you're popping pills, you know, like, for vaccine, like, it's deep. So I don't feel you're your best self out there. The water, like, it's just a lot. It's not clean water. Like, this tastes like bleach water. My mama washed dishes like this. Like, what are you doing?
Wow.
So, it was definitely not in the military. I would say, for me, it was when I felt my divorce was coming. You know, I felt like that's what it was. And I'm not gonna get too specific into that, but I had to be with myself then, you know, and I ran from that. I didn't deal with even, like, it like runs all the way into, like, recent time, like, all the way till now. So I divorced, ran from that, and pretty much try to fall into the arms of a situation that I was attached to in the past, you know, just going back to it. And, you know, I'm dealing with this person after my divorce, just for comfort and healing, and it just got toxic quick, you know, because there was no, like, I mean, in a sense there was intent to it, but it got to the point where it was just no intention behind what we were doing together, you know, like, there's nothing, like, what are we doing here, you know? You're doing all of this out there, and I'm away from home, like, too far away from home, because I moved to Washington, so.
State or DC?
Washington State. And then being out there by myself with a whole different culture, you get me? Like, these are ranchers, farmers, there's not many brown people out there, in a sense, so it's a different life, you know, and I was running now, like, so I'm COVID-19 struck, like, I'm all out here, you know, by myself. Like, I already knew, like, that situation was put in my life to grow me drastically, you know, and the momentum of it, how it happened, because it's almost like, I don't know, we'll scratch that, but we went way too fast, you get me, like everything was way too fast, and you just crash when you do, you know, so how do you stop? You crash. So that's what it was, and that grew me. Like I landed in jail for 2 nights, you know, I'm not gonna get specific into that. 2 misdemeanors, like I'm not gonna give myself to the cops. For one, I'm a female in a white, like, come on, I'm not gonna do that. I might end up dead, raped in the field, like it don't matter, I can't. So they stuck me with that, and I learned that I had to use my words to explain, you know, and so they're like, we get where you're coming from, you know, and that's the first time I ever like really noticed me speaking my truth, you know. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm from the military, I'm trained tactically too, so like I feel the same way, like you're not gonna just take me. So it was a lot, but they ended up dismissing both of them by the grace of God, you get me? So that was definitely a wake-up call for me, and me just, I know I got myself, you know, like it's crazy. Not only do I got myself, but like the people around me, you know. I missed home missed me, and I think it's a miracle that I'm back here. Like, for real, it's crazy.
Amen. Wow. I guess that was a lot. That was
Yeah.
good. That was good. I guess to kind of switch lanes, you always swagged out, so I want to know like what's your inspiration of like your fashion, your artistry? Where do you draw that from?
Honestly, that's just me, like the inner me. Like I never have any like I want to look like that or that. Like I always see people, I always give them compliments if they're, you know. So I see a lot, and I'm inspired by everything, every culture. Like it's all like just randomly thrown together, you know. But I've always been a tomboy. Like I grew up wearing my brother's shorts and pants. My brother Mark, shout out to Mark.
Hey brother.
Super seedy. So I would always just want to dress like him, to be honest. So funny. And then he just got taller one day. He just got tall, you know, so I'm like, alright. But as far as clothes, I don't know. It's a feeling. Like even when I go shopping, it's a feeling like that. It has to pull me, you know. I don't shop a lot, but when I do, like I'm very intentful with clothes now, you know, because I don't know where they're coming from. And for one, like that, it's like $60, but where is this money going, and what is it, you know? So I cut away from a lot of major labels like Nike. I still wear. There's certain things that I'm like, you know, just because I feel like that's me cutting back is gonna fund my brand, you know. So I want to wear my own stuff 7 times a week, almost like a uniform, you know. So it reminds me of my purpose every day, you know. Like I need reminders. I don't know if anybody else do, but like it's busy out there, so.
And I know you got the Elev8en, you know, as part of your brand, but where did the Elev8en come from? Like, what originated that?
To be honest with you, it just came to me, that word, like, and like we were talking about the number 33 the other day, like when I initially set up my IG, like I haven't been huge on socials, but I set up my IG, like Elev8en came to me, you know, and I'm like, I'm not fully elevated yet, so I'm gonna change it to Elev8en, and that's where it is. So, but I'm an earth sign, so I feel like this lifetime right here is about my balance, you know. So every situation or experience in my life has forced and faced me to look at balance with anything, like everything. So that's where we're going.
Now, would you say we ever reach a elevated? Right? Would you say we
That's a good
always
question.
elevating, or
Yeah.
We're like, I feel like it's constant. It's constant because I feel like that's a part of the big purpose. Like once we're like there it's nothing. You get me? We're everything and nothing. So it's constantly, like we were talking about cycles and rhythms and just stuff like that. I don't think we're ever going to become a vacuum, if that's what you like, because I feel like there's always going to be something, and that's why I switched it up, you know, like she not elevated. Some days I'm like, you know, so like I feel like it's an ongoing.
Yeah, I like.
It's practice. It's a practice.
And so, what does that word mean to you? Elevated. Like, what does that look like in your?
So with me, and it's very personal. I feel like just even my mindset. I haven't always had the mindset that I have, and like I fuck with myself. Like I'm thinking because, like, and that's the thing. Like that's. Your value, you know, and I haven't always been this valuable.
Yeah.
You get me? But I know where I want to take my value, and I know where I was, you know, at least, I don't know, I had the most, like, negative just look on life. I didn't want to be here. Like, I think I told somebody, like, I came here as a baby, and I'm like, what the fuck am I here for? Like, there's so much shit going on. Like, I'm an empath. There's so much shit going on in the world, like, for what? You know? I didn't choose this job. You know? Shout out to my parents. Like, they've made me a strong person. So, yeah, like, it's all about, like, a mindset. And I feel like just even the experiences of my life have tested my mindset, tested my beliefs. Shit, like, I had the love of my life. Like, and my whole thing is I plan for that to be life, you know, like, and you don't see that end coming, you get me? But you are forced to face it, you know, like, it ended like, so, like, it wasn't a bad ending, but I ended up moving all my shit out the apartment by myself, like, and, like, it wasn't a ghetto marriage, like, you don't be ghetto to me, like, you don't know me all of a sudden, like, we were walking for years.
Yeah.
So it's just, my whole thing is life is not always as we plan it, and I feel like once you give up control of that, and that's probably a part of my sign, like the narcissism, like I didn't choose that.
But I wanted to touch up on elevating. I was going to break down the word again. You know, you do something again, but when you break down the word again, it's a gain. And the thing that you're gaining is experience.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So when you do it over and over again, you're a gain. You know what I'm saying? So every day you're gaining knowledge and you're elevating.
You're so knowledgeable.
I know.
Where D-Mac at? That's so awesome. Yeah, and like it's not like I went through the dictionary and picked that. Like it just came to me, you know. A lot of things come to me, and I've been getting more in the practice of writing it down. You know, for a while, a lot would come to me and just go out the door, and I felt like I couldn't focus on it, you know, or I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about my marriage, or I'm worried about, you know, the military, or like, I just feel like with that stuff right there, like, that's the stuff that's pulling me, you know, I feel like in those things, that's where I find the most energy, as far as what inspires me, you know, like, this book, like, I've always kept the book, like, you can ask my mom, like, she probably read it. So, yeah, those journals, like, they keep me grounded, like, that's my grounding.
I know we said we make plans and God laughs, but what do you have planned for the future, the near future for yourself? As far as right now, I was gonna go overseas, in contract with the military, but there's a lot going on right now, like, and I prayed about it, and something pulled me and said, just sit still, you know, so I'm gonna sit still for a little bit, and in that time, I'm gonna become a certified masseuse, and then with that, I just want to work on my music, healing music. It don't matter. I want to work with the youth and help them develop. You know, my family does music all around me. You know, on different levels. So, just to like put something together and be like, hey, you know, let's go. So, I'm gonna do that. Further down the line, I don't know. It's not that I don't know. It's just I kind of want to sit in this moment now. You know, just work on myself. Finish. You know, not even finish, but continue to work on myself and heal with my family. You know, we've been through a lot of shit. The world's been through a lot of shit. And I'm so used to just being up and gone and here to there with the military, outside of the military. So I'm just gonna take time to sit with my parents right there and go to school and just fill it out, continue to pray about it. So
Now you said, I know you said you're starting your path in music. Do you have any music inspirations or idols or anybody that you kind of look up to at all?
I feel like music overall, like, okay, there's certain people like Alicia Keys dope, Diary, like Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye. I've grown up on so much music, whether it be in the household, the church, my neighbors, you know. I grew up in Rialto, and it like there's a lot of Banta, Spanish, Latin music out there. So I like, to me, like it's so dope. I'll go. I jam. All I need is a beat, you know. I love music. I love music. I don't I'll never push against music because somebody's saying something or they're expressing something, you know. Like not everything's for me, but I like to give music a try, you know.
Same here. So who would you say your favorite musician is?
Right now, I dig Janae Aiko.
Yeah.
She's raw, and she has that healing energy, you hear me? But at the same time, she's sexy as fuck. Big Sean on the other hand, shout out to them.
That's couples.
Their energy's just dope, you know. Her energy, and she's like from LA, you know. So that's trippy. Hollywood,
from LA?
Yeah, I was born out here. And I spent only 5 years of my life out this way. There was so much going on. Rodney King, beating riots, and I have memories of LA just being tore the fuck up, rubble, like some crazy. It's not like that anymore. But when I come out here now, I'm like, dang, there's way more people. But there was a lot of just rubble and tore down stuff with the riots back then. I spent most of my life in the IE, which is Rialto, Fontana Rancho, out that way. It's to me it's slower paced. It's just a slower paced area, more industrial, a lot of warehouses and stuff like that. But I've always been back out here to LA and then Pasadena. I spent a lot of time out there. My uncle stays right there, so I've been between, and then I'm up in Victorville a lot. I do want to put something together in Victorville, for the youth. I see a bunch of land that something about it's calling me. Why not? Nobody
I see you talk about the youth a lot. Do you want kids in your own?
Yeah. I think one's cool.
Just one.
Hey, straight up. You know what? One. My whole thing is I want a kid to rock with. Two, but I'm I never see myself just having a lot of kids. You know, it's never been.
So no basketball team for you.
Yeah, no basketball team. No basketball. I love, the kids love me. I love being around kids, but where I want to go with life, I want to travel a lot. I want what I'm doing to eventually let me travel. I want to travel with it. Be here, but at the same time, I want to come in contact with so many cultures, so many that's how you learn. I feel that's how you learn the best in life is through experience with people that are not so much like you, you know. I could stick here and rock with LA for forever, but at the end of the day, LA's only like dime size compared to, you know, and I feel like what I have is, it's bigger than LA, you know. That's not bad. Like, so, yeah, like, I want to travel. I want a kid.
Would you want a boy or a girl?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It really don't matter. I would like both, but at the same time, I'm like once. But that's not certain. I might have. Who knows? You know. Where I'm at.
Was that something that you talked about in your past marriage, having kids?
Yeah, we were actually. Yeah, we had planned. But then. I feel like with that, like, I just felt like it was God talking to me. And then too, like, I feel like maybe it was me trying to be in control of it, but I have an idea of how I want my child raised, you know, and I feel like that's not something that was really, like, talked about, you know, and my whole thing is, it's deep. So yeah, we talked about it, but it just didn't happen. Like, yeah, everything happened so quick. You get me? Just tricky.
You know.
Next subject.
Having one day the right person to come
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But do you guys have any more questions? But did you have any questions for us?
I love I love everything that you're about and what you want to spread. If it was like, if you were to just put it in like one message, like what is that message you'd want to spread with your artistry and with your like to the youth and just to people?
Remember you got a purpose. Remember, like, hold on, let me go back. Somebody loves you. That's what I'm gonna go with. Somebody loves you. Like,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Because I feel like too, like, even though I know I'm loved, I'm super loved, like I'm supercharged. You get me? But it's all up to me to be grateful for that. And once we're like grateful to that, grateful to God, like when you are grateful for like the things that are around you, like. You're in tune with it. You feel it, you know? So if I'm not feeling good, if I'm not feeling love, I'm out of tune with everything. You get me? I might need to go and work on my breathing. I might need to go pray, but like,
that's so true.
Yeah, somebody loves you. And I feel like any and everybody like could feel that at one point. Like it don't matter what the situation is, but I feel like we shouldn't forget that.
That's true. Very true.
What do you think the purpose of life is?
To love. To get back to loving.
Okay.
I feel like it's to get back to loving because we originated from love, from God. You know what I mean? So we're here on a mission. Like, it's to get back to it. And even though, like, where I say I'm sitting, like, I came back home after, like, years, you know? I've been out doing my thing, but I'm here with my parents and it feels so good. Like, it feels so right, you know? It feels, like, I feel healing all around me, you know? And it's just crazy how everything's, like, unfolding and just working out together, you know? And I'm not even like, I don't have to question it no more. Like, I'm not questioning nothing, you know? Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Do you have any questions for us?
I don't. You guys are amazing. Like, you guys are amazing. Awesome. We all need to work on a project together.
I know, right?
Project, like,
right?
This is all new to me, but I love it. You know. I love you guys' energy.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Well, we love your energy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love your
Thank you.
existence.
Yeah, right?
But where can people find you at on social media?
You can't find me. I'll find you. I have my people reach out. No, I have an IG. Elev8en ROSE. ELEVAEN _ROSE. And that's it. And my Cash App is
Drop it.
Well, that wraps up another episode of
Yeah, thank you for
Reformation
joining.
Podcast.
Thank you so much
guys
for sharing
joining
your
us.
story.
Don't
Thanks for
forget
having me,
to.
guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. And
Leave and drop a comment.
until next time, guys. Peace.